Types of Verbs, Part 1. Now in this module, let us learn about different types of verbs. The first type of verbs are action verbs. By definition, verbs that describe some action on the part of its subject, that is, the doer of the action, are called action verbs. So verbs that express action, something that a person, animal, force of nature or thing can do, are called action verbs. Words such as take, bring, cry, laugh are action verbs, as they describe physical actions, while words such as think, imagine and worry are also action verbs, as they describe mental actions. Next type of verbs are called as linking verbs. By definition, verbs that describe the condition or the state of being of its subject are called linking verbs. So verbs that join the subject of a sentence to a complement are called linking verbs. Linking verbs are not used to explain any action, either physical or mental, but they are used to connect the subject of the verb to additional information about the subject. He is very intelligent. Here, is links the subject he with the condition very intelligent. Hence, is being used as the linking verb in the sentence. It is very important to note that sometimes action verbs also behave like linking verbs. Types of Verbs, Part 2. In this module, we will learn how action verbs perform the role of linking verbs. It is very important to note that sometimes action verbs also behave like linking verbs. In this module, we will learn how action verbs perform the role of linking verbs. The boy looked tired. Here, looked links the subject, the boy, with the condition tired. Hence, looking is behaving as a linking verb. Also, since looked is describing the action by the subject. Next type of verbs are transitive verbs. By definition, verbs that require both a direct subject and one or more objects are called transitive verbs. So verbs that need both a direct subject and one or more subjects are called transitive verbs. The boy threw the ball. Here, ball is the direct object of the verb threw, and verb threw requires a direct subject, boy. Next type of verbs are intransitive verbs. By definition, verbs that have no object are called intransitive verbs. So verbs that do not have direct object are called intransitive verbs. The train from Lucknow arrived very late. Here, the intransitive verb arrived takes no direct object. There is no direct object for the verb arrived in the sentence. Next type of verbs are main verbs. By definition, verbs that have the meaning in the word itself are called main verbs. So the verbs that contain the meaning that goes with it as compared to auxiliary verb are called main verbs. Main verbs are the most integral part of the sentence. They are used to explain the action or the state of being of the subject. Also, they can either be action verb or linking verb. Mohan ate all the food. Here, the action verb ate is the main verb itself and it describes the main action done by the subject, that is, what Mohan did with the food. Next type of verbs are helping verbs. By definition, verbs that come before the main verb in a sentence are called helping verbs. Helping verbs are essential for the grammatical structure of a sentence. Helping verbs are used with the main verbs. I am talking on the phone. Here, I is the subject, am is the helping verb, and talking is the main verb. Types of helping verbs, Part 1. It is very important to note that helping verbs are of two types. A. Primary helping verbs. B. Modal helping verbs. In this module, let us learn about the primary helping verb be. Here are some important points regarding helping verb be. 1. It can function as a main verb of the sentence. 2. It can be used in different forms: am, is, are, was, were, been, and being. 3. It is used for making the continuous tense and passive voice. 4. It is also used for making questions and negatives. In this module, we will learn use of primary helping verbs am for making the continuous tense. 1. I am eating a burger. Here, am is helping the main verb eating and is making the above sentence in continuous tense. Now let us understand the use of primary helping verbs is for making passives. The ball is thrown by the little boy. Here, is helping the main verb thrown and also making the sentence in passive voice. In this module, we will learn use of primary helping verbs is, are for making questions. Is the boy sad? Here, is helping the main verb sad, thereby making the sentence as a question. Now let us learn the use of primary helping verbs am, was for making negatives through sentences. I am not running. Here, am not is helping the main verb running and making the sentence negative, in a sense that someone is not running. Types of helping verbs, Part 2. In this module, let us learn about types of modal helping verbs and their use in the English grammar. We use modal helping verbs to modify the meaning of the main verb in some way. Hence, modal helping verbs are used in sentences to modify the meaning of the main verb in some way or the other. Can, could, may, might, will, would, shall, should, must, ought to are most commonly used modals. Modal helping verb can. A. It is used in the sentence to show ability of a thing or an individual. I can bowl real fast. Here, can is used to show my ability to bowl fast. B. It is also used to give permission to a person to do something. You can have dinner in your room. Here, can is used to give permission to have dinner in your room. C. It can also be used to make a request for something. Can you tell me where Sunil lives? Here, can is used to make request to tell me where Sunil lives. D. It can also be used to show possibility of something. Sometimes, a little appreciation can help a person achieve a lot of self-confidence. Here, can is used to show possibility of little appreciation helping a person achieving a lot of self-confidence. Next type of modal helping verb is could. A. It is used to show past ability of a thing or an individual. I could run very fast when I was in my teens. Here, could is used to show past ability of my running very fast when I was in my teens. B. It is used to make suggestion for something. We could take the next train to Lucknow. Here, could is used to make suggestion for taking the next train to Lucknow. C. It is used to make a request. Could you please tell my aunt that I will have food outside? Here, could is used for request made to me to tell my aunt that I will have food outside. D. It is used to show possibility of something. In the coming season, the audience could vote to choose Star TV's serial as the best serial. Here, could is used to show possibility of audience choosing to vote Star TV's serial as the best serial. E. It is also used in conditional situation. If I had saved some money, then I could have bought a good house. Here, could is used in a conditional situation that if I had saved some money, then I could have bought a good house. Third type of helping modal verb is may. A. It is used to seek permission. May I sit down, please? Here, may is used in the sentence to seek permission to sit down. B. It is used to give permission to an individual for something. You may leave the house after you have done your homework. Here, may is used to give permission to me to leave my house after I have done my homework. Fourth type of helping modal verb is might. A. It is used to make a suggestion to an individual. You might like to go through my article in the Indian Express. Here, might is used to make a suggestion to me to go through his article in the Indian Express. B. It is used to make a request. Might I get some breakfast for myself? Here, might is used by me to request another person to allow me to get some breakfast for myself. C. It is used to show possibility of something. The Damodars might be vacating their flat by the end of this month. Here, might is used to show the possibility of Damodars vacating their flat by the end of this month. D. It is used in a conditional situation. If I had known that you were in a fix, then I might have helped you get out of it. Here, might is used to show conditional situation, where if I had known that you were in a fix, I could have helped you get out of it. Types of helping verbs, Part 3. Primary helping verbs, do. In this module, we will learn about the use of do, which is a primary helping verb. 1. It can function as the main verb of a sentence. 2. It can be used in different forms. Do, does, did. 3. To emphasize the action of main verb, it can be used to emphasize the action of the main verb. 4. It can also be used to make questions and negatives. In this module, we will learn use of primary helping verbs do, does for emphasizing the action of the main verb. I do understand the problems associated with this job. Here in this sentence, do emphasizes the main verb understand. Now let us learn the use of primary helping verbs does, did for making questions. Does he require food? Here, does is used in the sentence to make a question. In this module, we will learn use of primary helping verbs do, does for making negatives. He does not wish to go to school. Here, does not emphasizes the main verb wish and is used in making the sentence negative. In this module, we will learn about the use of have, which is a primary helping verb. Some of the important points associated with the use of primary helping verb have are: 1. Have can also function as the main verb of a sentence. 2. It can be used in different forms such as have, has, and had. 3. It is used for making perfect tense. 4. It is also used for making questions and negatives. In this module, we will learn use of primary helping verbs has, have for making perfect tense. She has made the tea. Here, has is helping the main verb made and is thereby converting the sentence in a perfect tense. Now let us understand the use of primary helping verbs have, had for making questions. Have you taken the ball? Here, have is helping the main verb taken and is converting the sentence into a question. Similarly, let us learn about the use of primary helping verbs has, had for making negatives through sentences. Sonam has not made the food. Here, has not is helping the main verb made and is converting the sentence into a negative. Types of helping verbs, Part 4. Next type of helping modal verb is will. A. It is used to show future voluntary action. I will see to it that the work is completed on time. Here, will is used to show the self-assurance given by the subject about the completion of the work. B. It is used to make a promise to an individual. I promise that I will call you on reaching Canada. Here, will is used to show promise made by the subject in the sentence. Next type of helping modal verb is would. A. It is used to show repetition or regularity of something. They would regularly meet in the canteen during recess. Here, would is used to show regularity of their meeting in canteen during recess. B. It is used as the past form of will. They knew that it would be difficult to enter the party. Here, would is used as a past form of will. Next type of modal verb is shall. A. It is used to make a suggestion to an individual. You must be really tired. Shall I help you carry your luggage? Here, shall is used by me to make a suggestion to the person to carry his luggage as he was tired. B. It is used to make a promise. I shall always remember the kindness you showed towards me. Here, shall is used by the subject of the sentence as a promise to remember the kindness shown by the other person to him. Next type of helping modal verb is should. A. It is used to make suggestion or recommendation to an individual. When you go to Shimla for the vacations, you should make it a point to visit the Golden Restaurant. Here, should is used to make suggestion that whenever the subject of the sentence goes to Shimla, it is necessary for him to visit the Golden Restaurant. B. It is used to show some obligation. This case should be on my table first thing tomorrow morning. Here, should is used to show obligation that the file should be on the table of the speaker first thing tomorrow morning. Next type of modal helping verb is must. A. It is used to show certainty of a particular thing. Saurabh said he would be coming at 8. he must be the one knocking on the door. Here, must is used to show certainty of Saurabh knocking the door as he is expected by 8. B. It is used to show a necessary condition. You must study really hard to clear the exams. Here, must is used to show a necessary condition of working hard for the examination. Next type of modal helping verb is ought to. A. It is used to give advice to an individual. You have gained a lot of weight and you ought to start exercising regularly. Here, ought to is used to give advice to the subject of the sentence to start exercising regularly as he has gained a lot of weight. B. It is used to show probability of something. The sky looks black and it ought to rain heavily today. Here, ought to is used to show probability of rain today as the sky looks black. Moods. Let us now understand a very important aspect of verb, moods. By definition, the property that shows the manner in which a verb describes the action or state of being in a sentence is called mood. So the form of the verb that shows the mode or manner in which a thought is expressed is called as mood. There are 3 types of moods in the English language. 1. Imperative mood. 2. Indicative mood. 3. Subjunctive mood. In this module, let us understand about imperative mood. A. This mood is used to express a command or request to an individual. B. The commands or requests used in this mood push the action of audience in a certain way. C. This mood is used to indicate prohibition, permission, or any other kind of exhortation. Let us see some examples. Jump. Here, in this sentence, mood is used to express a command. So it is called imperative mood. Similarly, go there. Again, in this sentence, the mood used expresses a command. So it is called imperative mood. Please sit down. In this sentence, the mood used expresses a request. So it is called as imperative mood. In this module, let us understand about indicative mood. Indicative mood is used to A. State facts and ask questions. It is very important to understand that the origination of indicative came from the Latin word indicare, or to declare or assert. Let us see this sentence. The boy is playing with the ball. The above sentence states the fact, so indicative mood is used in the sentence. What was the name of the girl? The above sentence asks questions. Hence, indicative mood is used in the sentence. In this module, let us understand about subjunctive mood. Subjunctive mood is used in the sentences to A. Express a wish, doubt or uncertainty or something opposed to fact. So in sentences where a wish is expressed, doubt or uncertainty is shown, or something opposed to a fact is said, we use subjunctive mood. B. The use of subjunctive differs from one language to the other. I wish I had said something to her. Here, in this sentence, mood is used to express a wish. Hence, subjunctive mood is being used in the sentence. Verb forms, Part 1. Now let us learn about some very interesting verb forms that perform the role of other parts of speech. First type is the present participle. A. Root form of verb is connected with ing in this form. B. It is used to act both as a verb and an adjective. C. It is used to represent an action that is still in progress as a verb. They are playing cricket. Here, the present participle form of the verb play, that is, playing, indicates that the game of cricket is in progress. It also acts as an adjective, and like any adjective, it modifies a noun or a pronoun. The batsman was fighting out in a losing game. Here, the present participle of the verb lose is modifying the noun game. Ask the question, what kind of game? And you get the answer, losing game. Hence, losing is working as an adjective in the sentence. Hence, it is clear that the present participle form of the verb is also used as an adjective in the sentence. Next type of verb is past participle. A. This form is generally used to end in ed, d, t, n, or n. B. It is used to act both as a verb and as an adjective. C. It is used to represent an action that has been completed, emphasizing on the completion of action as a verb. I have eaten my lunch. Here, the past participle form of the verb eat indicates the completion of action. D. It also acts as an adjective and, like any adjective, it modifies a noun or a pronoun. His polished look gave him an edge over his peers. Here, the past participle form of the verb polish is modifying the noun look. Ask the question, what kind of look? And you get the answer, polished look. Hence, polished is working as an adjective. Next type of verb form is perfect participle. A. This form is used for simply referring to an action completed at some time in the past. Having sized up the problem at hand, Mohan went forward and took hold of the situation. Here, the entire phrase containing the perfect participle form of the verb size up, that is, having sized up the problem at hand, is modifying the noun Mohan, thereby acting as an adjective phrase. Next type of verb form is gerund. A. In this form, the root form of a verb is joined with ing. B. However, unlike present participle, a gerund acts as a noun. C. Hence, like Like a noun, it can be the subject or the object of a sentence. Eating burgers is not allowed inside the house. Here, the gerund eating is working as a noun. Ask the question, what is not allowed? And you get the answer, eating burgers. Here, eating burgers is acting as a subject of the sentence. Verb forms, Part 2. Final type of verb form is infinitive. A. In this form, the root form of a verb is preceded by the preposition to. B. Like a gerund, it acts as a noun. C. Hence, like a noun, it can be the subject or the object of a sentence. Saurabh likes to play cricket. Here, the infinitive to play is working as a noun. Ask the question, likes what, and you get the answer, to play cricket. D. Infinitive form of verb can sometimes function as an adverb. Sunaina has gone to listen to Jagjit Singh. Here, the infinitive to listen is modifying the verb gone. Hence, it is acting as an adverb. E. Infinitive form of verb can also sometimes function as an adjective. I have no time to listen to your excuses. Here, the infinitive to listen is modifying the noun time. Hence, it is acting as an adjective. In this module, let us learn about phrasal verbs. By definition, a phrasal verb is a verb plus a preposition or adverb which creates a different meaning from the original verb. They are also known as multi-word verbs. Hence, phrasal verb can be defined as a verb plus preposition or adverb which creates a meaning different from original verb. Let us take this example. I ran into my teacher at the movies last night. Run plus into is equal to meet. Hence, ran into is a phrasal verb. He suddenly showed up. Here, showed up is a phrasal verb, meaning turning up. Regular and irregular verbs. On the basis of how a verb forms its past tense form and its past participle form, verbs can be classified as regular and irregular verbs. Now let us first understand about regular verbs. English regular verbs change their form very little. In the case of regular verbs, the past tense and the past participle are formed by adding ed to the root form of the verbs. So it is clear that in case of regular verbs, the past tense and past participle are formed by adding ed to the root form of the verb. Here are some of the examples of regular verbs. You can carefully observe that the root form when appended with ed, forms the past tense and past participle form of the regular verb. In root form, work. In past tense form, worked. In past participle form, worked. In root form, taste. In past tense form, tasted. In past participle form, tasted. In root form, order. In past tense form, ordered. In past participle form, ordered. And so on. Now let us understand about the irregular verbs. By definition, a verb that does not follow the usual rules for verb forms, also known as a strong verb. So verbs that do not follow the conventional rules of verb forms are called as irregular verbs. Also, verbs in English are irregular if they don't have a conventional ed form, like asked or ended. The first variation is that the root form, the past tense form, and the past participle form of the verbs are same. You can see the irregular verbs in the given table. All the words here are irregular verbs as they are not following the conventional rules for verb forms. Here in this case, the verb is same in root, past, and past participle form. Now let us see the scenario where root form, past tense form, and past participle form of the irregular verb is different. These are the hardest form of verbs as they don't follow any rules, hence they should be learnt by heart. For example, go in the root form becomes went in the past tense form and gone in the past participle form. Similarly, be in the root form becomes was or were in the past tense form and been in the past participle form. And so on. See, when two of the three forms are the same. Now let us take this scenario where any two of the forms, that is, root form, past form, or the past participle form of the verb are same. Here, you can clearly see that root form of run is same as its past participle form. Also, root form of become is same as the past participle form. Similarly, past tense form of teach is same as the past participle form. Past tense form of lose is same as the past participle form of lose.